Welcome. This is Recidiva. I'm sharing a recording of a casual Skyrim playthrough using a mod list I built. My profound thanks to all the mod creators who have made this game a crowdsourced treasure. I hope you enjoy. I do have another option. I don't think I've even started Campfire. So I'm going to head into the wilderness. Outside the Shadow Green Cavern is a good place. And I'm going to make a camp. It'll be my first time. I probably hasn't even activated. I also, the legacy of the Dragonborn has a bunch of relics, one of which is Rain's Shelter, which is a campsite. God, it's so much prettier. Look at how much prettier it is here than other places. Okay. So initiate campfire. I haven't done a ton with this. Okay, create item. Use your knowledge of the wilderness survival to create useful items. Start with that. Build, okay, I'm looking for build campfire. All right. Place it here. All right. I have to get firewood in my inventory. Okay. Okay, I have a campfire. This is something I should be able to do. Check out my skills. Yeah, I don't know how to use this just right now. Well, I did figure this out at some point. Let's see. I don't have enough points. And it looks like the create item thing. Alright, it does have a few more things. I can make a tanning rack. Yeah, only thing I can make Should have leather, and I can get dead wood. Witch's tent sounds about right for me. The trees are so pretty. Alright, harvest wood. I need to chop dead wood. Okay. Leather should be in my bag. Yeah, I've got 326 leather. That should be fine. So keep in mind that handicrafting and you have to take stuff out. Okay, so harvest wood, create item, build campfire are gonna go on my favorites. Create a tent. Okay, I need a witch's chair. Yeah, that sounds good. I need 2 branches. So, harvest wood. Gather branches. Okay. Create item. Alright, now I should be able to plant my... Can't make the skill tree go away, you can only bring it on. Alright. Which is tent. Let's try and find a flatter place to put it. Okay, so I have a place to sit. Yeah, it's perfect. Stack of books, an apple. The witch's chair. Put it right by the fire. So in a roleplay sense, I've got campfire, tent, and a place to sit and read. Ah, it's got little mushrooms next to it. And that's good. Okay, so I've got some options if and when I want to turn it all back on. And again, one of the beautiful things about this is I can make firewood from things that I've looted. So this can be in my inventory now. Put out the campfire. Destroy the site. Alright. That's good. That gives me some roleplay options. So now I'm going to head to do the 2 things for small villages that I know I already have. Return to Klimek. He was in his house last time. So Soleil is now thinking about what Kaidan was saying about how he thought she was going to turn out like Rosalind.
What do you need?
It's a difficult thought. She knows it's possible,
No matter what else happens, the
but she
gods will
thought she'd
always
done
be grateful
enough
for everything
to
you've
gain his trust.
Ah, good to see you again. How'd that delivery go?
I delivered the supplies to High Hrothgar.
Quite a climb, wasn't it? Anyway, much appreciated. Here, take this for your troubles. Thanks again for the legwork.
Okay. Riverwood. Talk to Faendal. I was feeling a little distance from Kaidan. Wanting to be out in the world alone for a little bit. Because as funny as it can be, some of the things that he says is just so tone deaf. It's a shame. She's a little sad about it. Doesn't. Oh, you guys. You guys. I love you. I love you. Absolutely, you are loved. Saving
Yes?
Skyrim for you guys.
You've been seen in the company of the companions. That's an honorable path you're on.
It's really not.
Greetings, Sister Elf. Good to see a familiar face so far from home.
Hey, you.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose, for a Nord village.
I know you don't remember me, but thank you. I don't think Camilla will be spending any more time with Sven.
I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
Thank you. You're a good guy, Faendal.
Good
I
day.
got you killed so many times, I'm really sorry. I imagine him saying, excuse me, what? Nothing. Alright. Weirdly, completionist still tells me that I'm not doing enough with Kaidan, so I'm probably gonna have to look up a guide there. But there's plenty in the regular stuff right now. Okay. So main quest is done. Huh. Main quest Dawn Guard requires configuration. Please use the menu in the completionist settings to configure the page correctly. Okay. Dawn Guard is chosen for the Dawn Guard. Okay. There's this section called I Hate Reading Books, treats books as items and sets them to completed when picking them up. Oh. Oh, I'm so sad. Okay. Yes, Dawn Guard is 91% completed. Quest giver Dexian Evicus. Okay. Obtain all 3 Elder Scrolls for Dexian Evicus. I have that. I should be able to go back and talk to him and do that now. So let's just finish that up. This is Dragonborn. Alright, so that doesn't need any... Oh, this is Civil War. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I nothing will make me do that quest line again. No. Sorry, guys. As far as I'm concerned, I have already fixed it. There are clearly still dragons in the sky. Parthenax will always be in the sky, and I can ask him to just fly around occasionally, and, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, we're done. Now, let's see if we can find Dexion in this great, big, giant place.
For your help, I'm sending word to the orc strongholds
Oh,
that you're to
wow.
be trusted. You should be welcome there now.
That's nice.
May your next fight bring you victory, friend.
Thank you, Durak. Very
Bring
cool.
the Dragonborn
Oh,
on.
okay, these guys can now be followers.
Cozy little place. Congratulations, friend. You've won a well-deserved victory here. The people of Skyrim owe you a great deal, whether they know it or not. Shall we continue the fight?
The trusty...
Hope you're... While I doubt we'll ever be truly rid of vampires in Skyrim, you've certainly made it a much safer place for now. I'm proud of what we've managed to accomplish. Let's get back to...
Okay, now there are trolls in here. Cool. I could have them follow me, but as you know, I hate giant followers. Cool as it is for roleplay, it's just for visibility, it's terrible. Wow, this place looks great. Now there's water! Oh, yay! It's filled in. Fantastic. Alright. Good to know. Wow, there are a lot more people here. That's nice. How am I supposed to find this guy? Dexion.
Once again, the Elder Scrolls have proven their value.
The Elder Scrolls have served me well, Dexion.
Of course they did. I never doubted for a moment. If I may ask, what will you do with them now?
Did you have something in mind?
I did, in fact. Quite perceptive of you. I'd very much like to have those scrolls. Someday I may be able to return them to their rightful place in the Imperial City. How would you feel about turning them over to me?
I'd be happy for you to have them here.
Thank you. You are too kind. This has certainly been quite the adventure, hasn't it?
All right. That should finish off Dragonborn. I mean, Dawnguard. Huh. Okay, yeah, it just finished. So, alright. Yeah, we're done.
Can you imagine it? A world without a sun. We would all have been doomed, vampires and men alike.
Right? He's an idiot. beautiful place. I will be back here a few times because, let's see, there are a few things for me to pick up. Tools of the Trade is the quest for Legacy the Dragonborn items. Rain's Shelter is right over here. I'm going to run over and grab it. There is a cot in there, but I don't know if it's a place I can sit down. I do have the chair and the camp now. I haven't worked much on Campfire. It's just a roleplay thing. But there are a few times that I start the game, you know, if I'm going higher difficulty, then I start with, like, nothing. I need to go west. And I can start out in the middle of... Yikes. That's okay, no falling damage. I can start out pretty much in the middle of nowhere with nothing and work my way up. So Kaidan and I have spent many times camping in the woods. And I don't necessarily use his tent. I'll do it myself as a... Sneaky bozzer. Oh no, I fell down the cliff. Well, that was dumb, sweetie. Gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. Yeah, my marker is not showing up. I'm pretty close. Okay. Follow me, big dumb bear. There are hunters down here. Ducks in the dark. So Rain's Shelter is available as soon as you... If you start as the Guildmaster, you'll be able to pick it up immediately. There are also a few, like, cards and items down over here. It looks like he was playing cards at the edge here and fell off. I don't know if his corpse is at the bottom.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
It looks like it, man. Good for you.
It's not like my poaching is hurting anyone. The Jarl can hardly eat every deer now, can he?
Right. Okay, so Rain's Shelter is a very helpful roleplay piece of gear. Yeah, this is really, I mean, yeah, there's a cooking fire, raw food storage. I think it's actually linked. Ah, there are fragments in here too. I don't know. Oh yeah, it spun me. Let me check raw food storage. Yeah, look, it's linked to the guild house stuff. That's cool. I'm gonna leave the fragments as they are. And there is no place to sit in here, but you can do crafting. Look, it can access all your stuff. That's cool. So it's a small place. You can safely sleep. And it's just a nice little role play spot. I wonder if I can put my witch chair down in here. No, I can't. Oh, it doesn't like that. Oh, nope. Doesn't like that. Things get knocked over. Okay, but this is rain shelter. Okay, I've still got the items. And you don't have to pack it up. It'll just go straight back in your inventory, so you can't leave your camp behind. I haven't really played with making a permanent campfire camp, but this would be a nice spot to do it. It's really lovely here. Can't tell right now because it's late, but it's got a beautiful vista. All right, we are all set for lone camping if we need to. Gonna leave it off for now. All right. Let's see if there's any place where I've done some stuff. And I've done nothing. White one's done. Alright, let's finish up all the small towns first. I've done some stuff here. So we'll just finish these, and then next time we'll pick up at Dawnstar. Dragon's Breath Mead, Olda, the Dragon Bridge. Since it's Mead, we're gonna assume she's in the inn.
Working hard gives a man reason for drinking hard. Well, that and putting up with a wife like mine.
Yeah. Dude, nobody made you get married, and if they did, you should have told them no. I do not understand people who complain about their spouses.
Come on in.
It's
Let me know if you need
voluntary.
anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
Kaidan? Hey, Xenia. Calvin! Hey! Where are you? Invisible kitty. Hello, sweetheart. I have no idea
Fate
where
is the
all
name.
is.
I keep the inn.
Okay. Read, suicide at Dragon Bridge. One of the locals who frequents the inn has been reported missing. I was about to tell the innkeeper to report it to the guard, but Aldipius said he saw the person in question leap off Dragon Bridge. Sad state of affairs, but not our concern. Well. Hello, baby. Well, it's 6 a.m. I read a book. And then head out. No, I can't turn my head that far. Sorry, I wouldn't play it. Need a different chair that faces the fire. Doesn't seem to be one. chairs. Guys got a chair? Yeah. Notes on the Lunar Forge. Oh, you know, I guess I thought this was Creation Club content, but Lunar Forge is in the base game, The Lunar Forge. The Forge. I've managed to get the Forge itself up and running, but again, I find nothing special about its workings. These weapons were clearly forged here, yet the secret of their enchantment remains elusive. All I've been able to discern so far is some connection between the weapon's power and the appearance of the moons. The lunar weapons. The weapons themselves are crafted of what seems to be normal metal, but while the moons are high above, they gain an additional ability. It seems that once the sun has gone down, the lunar weapons take on a vampire-like ability, transferring a small amount of health from the victim to the user. Letter from Kaidan, 29th Rain's Hand. Celea. I'm anxious, Celea. You know my stance on mages. No, I cannot let my guard down at that college, especially not since they have one of those Thalmor bastards running around and half the building is precariously balanced on a glorified boulder. I trust your skills, and if you tell me that studying at the college will help you, then who am I to discourage you? You have my support, as always. I saved up and bought you this book. Couldn't exactly tell what it was about. The shopkeep says it's popular with new students. I hope it proves useful to you, or at least gets you a few coins if you end up not needing it. He's a sweetheart, and she knows it, and she doesn't think he doesn't love her. She just thinks he's more fragile, and she needs to be more careful. And it's probably better if he isn't watching her every move. She wants to protect him. A hypothetical treachery. A one-act play by Anthil Morvier. Dramatis Personae. Malvasian, a high elf battle mage. Insolia, a dark elf battle mage. Dolcetus, a Cyrodiil healer. Sciavus, an Argonian barbarian. A ghost? Some bandits. Scene: Eldenwood. As the curtain rises, we see the misty, labyrinthian landscape of the legendary Elden Grove of Valenwood. All around we hear wolves howling. A bloodied reptilian figure, Sciavus, breaks through the branches of one of the trees and surveys the area. It's clear. Inzolia, a beautiful dark elven mage, climbs down from the tree, helped by the barbarian. There is the sound of footsteps nearby. Sciavus readies his sword, and Inzola prepares to cast a spell. Nothing comes out. You're bleeding. You should have Dolcetus heal that for you. Sciavus. He's still drained from all the spells he had to cast down in the caves. I'm fine. If we get out of this and no one needs it more, I'll take the last potion of healing. Where's Malvasian? Malvasian, a high elf battle mage, and Dolcetus, a Cyrodiil healer, emerge from the tree, carrying a heavy chest between the two of them. They awkwardly try to get down from the tree, carrying their loot. Malvasian, here I am, though why I'm carrying the heavy load is beyond me. I always thought the advantage of dungeon delving was a great barbarian that should carry all the loot. Sciavus, if I carried that, my hands would be too full to fight, and tell me if I'm wrong. But now one of the three of you has enough magicka reserved to make it out of here alive. Not after you electrified and blasted all those homunculi down below ground. Meletus. Oh, see, I already corrected it. Not after you electrified and blasted all those homunculuses down below ground. Dolcetus. Homunculi. Sciavus, don't worry, I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do. Inzola. Innocently. What's that? Sciavus. Kill you all and take the ebony mail for myself. Admit it. You thought I had it in mind. Dolcetus. What a perfectly horrible thought. I never thought anyone, no matter how vile and degenerate, Inzola, why not? Malvasian. He needs porters, like he said. He can't carry the chest and fight off the inhabitants of Elden Grove both. Dolcetus. By Stendar, of all the mean, conniving, typically Argonian, Inzolia. And why do you need me alive? Sciavis. I don't necessarily, except that you're prettier than the other two. For smooth skin, that is. And if something comes after us, it might go for you first. There's a noise and some brushes nearby. Sciavis, go check that out. Insolia, it's probably a wolf. These woods are filled with them. You check it out. Sciavis, you have a choice, Inzola. Go, and you might live. Stay here, and you definitely won't. Inzolia considers and then goes to the bushes. Sciavis to Malvasian and Dolcetus, the king of Silvanar will pay good money for the mail, and we can divide it more nicely between 3 than 4. Inzolia, you're so right. Inzolia suddenly levitates up to the top of the stage. A semi-transparent ghost appears from the bush and rushes at the next person, who happens to be Sciavis. As the barbarian screams and thrashes at it with his sword, it levels blasts of whirling gas at him. He crumbles to the ground. It turns next to Dolcetus, the healer, and as the ghost focuses its feasting chill on the hapless Dolcetus, Malvasian casts a ball of flame at it and causes it to vaporize into thin air. Inzolia floats back down to the ground as Malvasian examined the bodies of Dolcetus and Sciavis, who are both white-faced from the draining power of the ghost. Malvasian, you had some magicka reserved after all. Inzolia, so did you. Are they dead? Malvasian takes the potion of healing from Dolcetus' pack. Malvasian, yes, fortunately the potion of healing wasn't broken when he fell. I guess this leaves just the 2 of us to collect the reward. Inzolia, we can't get out of this place without each other, like it or not. The 2 battle mages pick up the chest and begin plodding carefully through the undergrowth, pausing from time to time at the sound of footsteps or other eerie noises. Malvasian, let me make sure I understand. You have a little bit of magicka left, so you elected to use it to make Sciavis a ghost's target, forcing me to use most of my limited reserve to destroy the creature so I wouldn't be more powerful than you? That's first-rate thinking. Zoe, thank you. It's only logical. Do you have enough power to cast any other spells? Guys, both of you would be useless if the other had feather. Malvasian, naturally. An experienced battle mage always knows a few minor but highly effective spells for just such a trial. I take it you two have a few tricks up your sleeve? And Solo, of course, like you said. They pause for a moment before continuing as a fearful wail pierces the air. When it dies away, they slowly trudge on. Insolia, just as an intellectual exercise, I wonder what spell you would cast at me if we made it out of here without any more combat. Malvasian, I hope you're not implying that I would dream of killing you, so I would keep the treasure all to myself. Insolia, of course not. Nor would I do that to you. It is merely an intellectual exercise. Malvasian, well, in that case, purely as an intellectual exercise, I would probably cast a leech spell at you to take away your life force and heal myself. After all, there are brigands on the road between here and Silvanar, and a wounded battle mage with a valuable artifact would make a tempting target. I'd hate to survive Elden Grove merely to die in the open. And sorry, that's a well-reasoned response. As for myself, again, not saying I would ever do this, but I think a simple, sudden electric bolt would serve my purposes admirably. I agree about the danger of brigands, but don't forget, we also have a potion of healing. I could easily slay you and heal myself to full capacity. Malvasian, very true. It would end up being a question, then, of whose spell was more effective at that instant. If our spells counteracted one another, and I leached your life energy only to be crippled by your lightning bolt, then we could both be killed. Or so near death that a mere potion of healing would scarcely help either one of us, let alone both. How ironic it would be if two scheming battle mages, not saying we are scheming, but for the purposes of this intellectual exercise, were left on the brink of death, completely drained of magicka, with one healing potion to choose from. Who would get it? And Zoe. Logically, whoever drank it first, which in this case would be you, since you're holding it. Now, what if one of us were injured, but not killed? Malvasian. Logic would dictate that a scheming battle mage would take the potion, leaving the injured party to the mercy of the elements, I suppose. And Zolia. That does seem most sensible. But suppose that the battle mages, while certainly scheming types, had a certain respect for each other. Perhaps, in that case, the victorious one might, for instance, put the potion up a tree near his or her gravely wounded victim. Then, when the wounded party had enough magicka replenished, he or she would be able to levitate to the tree branches and recover the potion. By that time, the victorious battle mage would have already collected the reward. They pause for a moment at the sound of something in the bushes nearby. Carefully, they climb across the branches to a tree. Carefully, they climb across the branches of a tree to bypass it. Malvasian. I understand what you're saying, but it seems out of character for our hypothetically scheming battle mage to allow his or her victim to live. And Zolan. Perhaps. But it's been my observation that the most scheming battle mages enjoy the feeling of having bested someone in combat and having that person alive to live with the humiliation. Malvasian. These hypothetical scheming battle mages sound daylight. Do you see it? The two scurry across the branch, dropping behind a bush, so we can no longer see them. We can, however, see the shimmering halo of sunlight. Malvasian, behind the tall bush. We made it. In Zolia, likewise, behind the tall bush. Indeed. There's a sudden explosion of electrical energy and a wild, howling aura of red light, and then silence. After a few moments' pause, we hear someone climbing up the tree. It is Malvasian, putting the potion high up in the bough. He chuckles as he climbs back down, and the curtain drops. Epilogue. The curtain rises on a road to Sylvanar. A gang of bandits have surrounded Malvasian, who is propped up on his staff, barely able to stand. They pull his chest away from him with ease. Bandit 1. What have we got here? Don't you know it ain't safe to be out on the road all sick like you are? Why don't we help you with your load? Malvasian. Please. Let me be. Bandit 2. Go on, spellcaster. Fight us for it. Malvasian. I can't. Too weak. Suddenly, Inzolia flies in, casting lightning bolts from her fingers at the bandits, who quickly scramble away. She lands on the ground and picks up the chest. Malvasian collapses, dying. Malvasian. Hypothetically, what if a battle mage cast a spell on another, which didn't harm him at once, but drained his life force and his magicka bit by bit, so he wouldn't know at the time, but feel confident enough to leave the potion of healing behind. And Zolia. A most treacherous battle mage she'd be. Malvasian. And hypothetically, would she be likely to help her fallen foe so that she could enjoy the humiliation of him continuing to live? And Zolia. From my experience, hypothetically, no. She doesn't sound like a fool. As Inzolia lugs the chest off towards Sylvanar, and Malvasian expires on the stage, we drop the curtain. Alright, it is 7 a.m. Let's see if people are about. Somebody help? It's hard to tell now. Sometimes it's just cats fighting rats or pigeons. Hello, chickens. You're the best. Hello, pretty tree. Hello, beautiful sunrise.
Working hard gives a man reason for drinking hard. Well, that and putting up with a wife like mine.
Yeah.
You're a well-traveled sort. I can tell just looking at you.
Sounds like you're having some trouble with your wife.
Her name's Olda. If you've met her, then you probably already know what I'm talking about. I swear that woman is the most spiteful shrew in all of Skyrim. I think there's a chunk of ice where her heart ought to be.
Yeah, I'm looking for her.
All right, then.
Alright, I'm gonna wait an hour. See if she comes out and about. It's so pretty. Come on over. Ooh, look at the ivy. It's gorgeous. Yeah. Let's see if Olva heads straight to the inn.
I'm waiting.
For what?
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
Hello, Calvin.
I'm hoping to run my own inn someday.
I hope you get there, sweetheart.
Seen some mean-spirited folk pass through lately. Thought I was rid of those sorts when I left Markarth.
You mentioned mean folk passing through town?
Both the Imperials and Stormcloaks have sent riders this way, scouting the bridge and the lands nearby. They stayed at the inn but didn't pay. They said soldiers don't need to pay because they're risking their lives to protect us. And that's not all. They took a heap of our lumber, and one tried to have his way with my daughter. They think they can do whatever they want.
Do you worry about raising a family in these dangerous times?
Of course. Every night I pray that we don't get a visit from a dragon, or that two armies don't show up to fight over the bridge. You ask if I'm worried. I'm terrified, if you want the truth of it. But I have to stay strong for my wife and children.
It looks like you've been drinking, man. Did you say you came here from Markarth?
I grew up an orphan on the streets of Markarth. I'd have died there too, but for the kindness of an old warrior named Logrolf the Bent. Logrolf rescued me and gave me enough money to get out of the city. I followed the Karth River north and came here. When I met Michelle, I knew this is where I belonged. I suppose that's it, really.
Stay happy,
Until next time.
guys. No, you're a little kid with goat. I want to say hi, though.
Are you a soldier? One day, I'm going to be a soldier.
You go, little man. Hey.
Seen some mean-spirited folk
Olda.
pass through lately.
Have you met
Thought
my
I was rid of
husband?
those sorts when I
Well, don't bother. He's a drunk.
Okay. Your husband drinking too much?
He promised me, swore on his ancestors that he'd give up the mead. And what do I find out? He's been stashing drink in a cave nearby. He even has some wolves guarding it. I swear, I should just cut out his tongue. That would be the end of it.
He could still drink, sweetheart, but you'd have more reason. I could get your husband's stash for you.
If you want to try, but I'll keep my dagger sharpened just in case.
All right.
You can help yourself to any drink you find, but bring me the bottle of Dragon's Breath mead. It's his favorite, so I know he has one there.
Okay.
All right, then.
These guys are just treasures. Do you hear the lightning? Minty lightning is working, look! Ah. Maybe it just didn't work in spring because it was all snow. It's getting to be summer. Ah! I'm so happy. Thunderstorms. I love thunderstorms. Ah, beautiful. Listen and look at that. Good day to be alive. No! Lightning strike right before us. Good lord, if he walks this far to get drunk, he's in good shape at least.
Fancy yourself an alchemist, hmm? Never could get the hang.
Where is that lazy man?
I have the Dragon's Breath mead.
Stendar's mercy to you. If my Horgir doesn't give up the mead this time, I'll hit him over the head with it. Here, for your trouble. All right, then.
Okay. Oh, I'm so happy the lightning works. Iverstead. Yeah, Iverstead Temba. Wide arm. That is a Star Trek reference for those of you who know or don't know. There's an episode of The Next Generation where the alien species encounter only speak in metaphors. So he'll say things like Shaka when the walls fell, Temba his arms wide, and there's no way to translate it because you have to know the stories. You can figure out the context. She should be in here.
Welcome.
There's
to the
also
Culinary
Dharma
Inn.
Congelada Tanagra.
Anything I can get you, just let me know. Keep
Hey,
an eye
Barker.
out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
Okay. Did you hear the Greybeard's call? The Dovahkiin.
I did. Strange days when the monks will do that. I wonder what it means.
What are you doing?
Enjoying the hospitalities of the inn. Suggest you do the same. Until next time.
This dumb conversation. This guy's just gonna yell at you if you try to talk to him.
Those bears are making Miss Temba so angry. I hope you can do something about them.
Temba, we're arms wide.
We don't
might
get...
as well pick up the barrow.
If I
too.
were you, I'd keep away from the barrow on the east side of town. It's haunted.
Tell me more about the barrow.
There ain't much more to tell. They're haunted, and you should stay away. Look, I've seen one of the spirits with my very own eyes. When it glared at me, I swear it burned right through my soul.
Do the spirits haunt your town as well?
Fortunately, they seem to be sticking to the barrow. I think they're guarding it. Certainly isn't helping my business any. Who'd want to rent a room anywhere near a haunted barrow?
I could investigate for you.
If you think there's anything you can do, be my guest. If you're headed up to the monastery, watch your step. It's a long way down.
Temba!
What do you need?
Your arms wide.
Here for work? Get an axe and bring me all the wood you can chop.
What's making you so angry?
My business is falling apart, my apprentice never listens to me, and now there's talk of dragons.
Well, it ain't just
If
talk.
I hadn't sunk every bit of gold I had into my mill, I would have picked up and left Iverstead long ago.
And go where? You having a bear problem?
Are you kidding? Those damn things will drive me right out of business. Tell you what, bring me 10 of their pelts from anywhere in Skyrim. I'll gladly pay you for thinning out the herd. Now, these damn bears are driving me crazy!
You're kidding me. This far into the game and I don't have
Now go
10
give
bear
those
pelts?
stupid bears what's
I gotta. Hold on.
to them.
Just hold on one damn minute here.
Pardon me, my lady.
Can you
Would you care to me play my...
Yeah, I got plenty.
Their pile of logs ruined. I swear, if one more thing goes wrong, I'm gonna burn my mill to the ground!
Just in time. I brought you 10 bear pelts, just like you asked.
Nice to finally meet someone who can follow simple instructions. Here's your reward, as promised.
You're just charming.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to work. If you get a chance, kill a few more bears for me, will you?
Oh my god. Thanks for watching. Wishing you found family, creative hobbies, a hot bath after a long day, and food you love as much as Saleya loves apple pies.